The broken violin. The strings snapped with a sharp twang. Everyone in the room turned to stare as Lena's old violin dangled in her hands, its wood cracked, its sound dead. A judge whispered, "We can't have her perform with that." The others nodded, scribbling disapproval on their sheets. Lena's face burned. This was supposed to be her chance, her one chance. But she stood taller, gripped her broken violin and whispered, "This isn't the end." Lena was 13, the daughter of a seamstress in a small town. Music had always been her escape. While others played in fields, Lena sat by her window, coaxing melodies from a violin so old its varnish had faded. Her dream was to enter the city's youth orchestra competition, but when she arrived, her patched shoes and battered violin made her an easy target. "Look at that thing," a boy smirked, polishing his shining new instrument. "She won't last a note," another sneered. Still, Lena lifted her chin. She had practiced for years, playing through hunger, through cold nights, through the ache in her fingers. This moment was hers. When her turn came, she stepped onto the stage. She placed the violin under her chin, closed her eyes, and drew the bow. Snap. The string broke. The sound was ugly, jagged, and the hall erupted in whispers. "Disqualified," one judge muttered. "She shouldn't even be here," another added. Tears threatened, but Lena refused to let them fall. She bowed politely, walked off the stage, and clutched her violin like a wounded friend. That night, she sat on the steps outside, staring at the city lights. Defeat pressed on her like a heavy cloak. Then, unexpectedly, a hand rested on her shoulder. It was the conductor of the orchestra. "Young lady," he said gently, "your violin may be broken, but when you drew the bow, I saw something in your eyes. Fire, passion. That cannot be faked." Lena's breath caught. "But without a proper instrument—" "Come tomorrow," the conductor interrupted. "There's an old practice room. We'll see what you can do." The next morning, Lena walked into the room. On the stand lay a dusty violin, forgotten and warped. It wasn't much better than hers, but it had 4 strings. She began to play. The notes wavered, thin at first, but her determination poured through every stroke. The conductor listened silently. When she finished, he nodded. "You're raw, but you have something rare, persistence." And so Lena was given a chance. Not a golden one, but a narrow crack of light. She practiced in that small room every day, sometimes for hours without pause. Weeks later, the orchestra was preparing for a public concert. At the last rehearsal, disaster struck. The second violinist fell ill. Panic rippled through the group. The conductor looked around, and then, to everyone's shock, pointed at Lena. "You," he said, "step in." Gasps filled the hall. "She's not ready," the polished boy protested, but the conductor's eyes were steady. "She's more ready than you know." Lena's heart thundered as she lifted the borrowed violin. The lights blazed, the audience hushed. Then she played. Every note carried not just practice but pain, struggle, love, and fire. The music soared, trembling yet alive, and the hall grew silent in awe. When the final note faded, the applause was thunderous. Lena stood there, stunned, realizing the broken violin had not broken her. Journey teaches us something powerful. It is not the tool that defines the artist, but the heart that wields it. In life, we often believe we need perfect conditions, a new instrument, better resources, a flawless start. But research on resilience shows that passion and persistence matter more than circumstance. The brain adapts, creativity thrives in limitation, and true skill is forged in adversity. Lena's broken violin was not a barrier. It was the fire that tempered her spirit. So when your tools feel insufficient, when the world seems to hand you less than others, remember Lena. Remember the snap of the string, the sting of rejection, and the unexpected second chance. Because growth isn't about what you hold in your hands, it's about what you carry in your heart. Remember, every story is only a beginning. Today's seeds of mindset will bloom into tomorrow's strength. Join us, subscribe, and let Mindset Stories rewire your mind one story